Alaska presents one of the most extreme environments for rental property management anywhere in the United States, and the state's habitability laws reflect that reality. If you're a landlord in Alaska, the stakes of maintaining your property are higher than almost anywhere else in the country, because when things go wrong in an Alaskan winter, they go wrong fast and dangerously. Alaska's landlord-tenant law is found in the Uniform Residential Landlord and Tenant Act, Alaska Statutes Title 34, Chapter 03. Alaska adopted this model act with modifications that account for the state's unique conditions, and the result is a framework that takes habitability seriously. Under Section 34.03.100, Alaska landlords have comprehensive obligations. You must comply with all applicable building and housing codes materially affecting health and safety. You're required to make all repairs and do whatever is necessary to keep the premises in a fit and habitable condition. Specifically, that means maintaining the structural integrity of the building, including the roof, walls, floors, and foundation, keeping plumbing and sewage systems in working order. And in Alaska, frozen pipes are a constant winter threat that requires proper insulation and heat tracing. Providing hot and cold running water, ensuring electrical systems are safe and adequate, providing heating facilities capable of maintaining safe temperatures. And in most of Alaska, that means robust heating systems that can handle temperatures of -20, -30, or even colder. Maintaining working smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, keeping common areas safe and clean, providing adequate trash receptacles, and maintaining all supplied appliances in working condition. Now let's address what makes Alaska fundamentally different from every other state: the climate. Alaska's winters are not just cold, they're extreme in ways that landlords from the lower 48 may find difficult to comprehend. In Fairbanks, winter temperatures regularly drop below -40 degrees. Even in Anchorage, the state's largest city, extended periods below zero are normal. And in rural communities, temperatures can go even lower, with daylight dropping to just a few hours per day during the darkest winter months. This means that heating system failure in Alaska isn't just a habitability issue, it's a genuine, life-threatening emergency. A furnace that goes out in Fairbanks in January can lead to frozen and burst pipes within hours, creating cascading damage that can render an entire property uninhabitable in a single night. Alaska courts treat heating failures with absolute urgency, and landlords are expected to have backup plans and emergency response capabilities for heating system breakdowns. Beyond heating, Alaska's climate creates habitability concerns that other states simply don't deal with. Ice dams on roofs can cause interior water damage. Permafrost shifts in northern and interior Alaska can compromise foundations. The freeze-thaw cycle wreaks havoc on exterior materials, plumbing, and infrastructure. And the heavy snow loads common across much of the state require roofing systems that are properly engineered and maintained. Alaska's repair process follows the statutory framework. When a tenant identifies a habitability issue, they must notify the landlord. For conditions that are not emergencies, the landlord has 10 days after written notice to make the repair. For emergency conditions, and in Alaska this category is broader than in most states due to the climate, the landlord must respond immediately. If the landlord fails to act, Alaska tenants have several remedies under Section 34.03.180. They can pursue damages in court for breach of the warranty of habitability. They can seek rent abatement reflecting the diminished value of the property during the deficient period. They can obtain a court order requiring the landlord to make repairs. And if the noncompliance is material, they can terminate the rental agreement after providing proper notice. Alaska also provides a repair and deduct remedy. If the landlord fails to make a necessary repair after proper notice, the tenant can arrange for the repair and deduct the cost from rent. However, the deduction typically cannot exceed 1 month's rent, and the tenant must follow proper procedures, including giving adequate notice and using qualified repair professionals. For essential services failures, defined as heat, water, electricity, or other vital services, Alaska provides additional remedies under Section 34.03.180. If the landlord deliberately or negligently fails to provide essential services, the tenant can procure substitute housing during the outage and deduct the cost from rent. Given Alaska's climate, this provision takes on special significance. A tenant without heat in an Alaskan winter may need immediate alternative shelter, and the law recognizes that the landlord bears that cost. Alaska's housing stock presents unique challenges. Many properties, particularly in rural communities and smaller cities, are older and were built to standards that may not meet current expectations. Some rural Alaskan communities have housing that faces chronic maintenance challenges due to the extreme environment and the difficulty and expense of transporting materials and skilled labor to remote locations. Even in Anchorage and Fairbanks, the age and construction quality of rental housing varies widely. One thing Alaska landlords need to be especially vigilant about is ventilation and moisture control. Alaskan homes are typically sealed tightly to conserve heat, which can trap moisture inside and create condensation, mold, and indoor air quality problems. Proper ventilation systems, including heat recovery ventilators, are essential for maintaining healthy indoor environments while keeping heating costs manageable. Mold complaints in tightly sealed Alaskan homes are more common than many landlords realize. Local codes add additional requirements in some areas. The municipality of Anchorage has its own building and housing codes that supplement state law. Fairbanks North Star Borough, the Matanuska-Susitna Borough, and the Kenai Peninsula Borough each have their own local standards as well. In unincorporated areas and remote communities, local code enforcement may be limited, but the state statute still applies. Alaska's anti-retaliation protections are found in Section 34.03.310. Landlords cannot increase rent, decrease services, or file for eviction in retaliation for a tenant making a good faith habitability complaint, contacting government agencies, or exercising any right under the Landlord-Tenant Act. For the complete guide to Alaska habitability laws, visit tenantscreeningbackgroundcheck.com and subscribe to our channel for the rest of our state-by-state series.